Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. This is Our Take. We are your hosts. I'm Taylor.
I'm Connor.
Today we're going to be taking a look at The Sound of Freedom. This is a movie that was a recommendation from one of our viewers, so shout out to you, Auntie Stacy.
Hi, Stacy.
Connor and I are going to be talking about it for you and letting you know our take on it. Connor, can you give me the cast for this movie?
Yeah.
And if you can, I know it's Angel Studios, the
so it's
distributor.
made by Angel Studios, directed by Alejandro Gomez Monteverde, I think is how you say his last name. And it stars Jim Caviezel as Tim Ballard, Eduardo Verostegui. I don't think that's how you say his last name. My bad.
It's okay. I fuck up names all the time.
As Paul, Mira Sorvino as Catherine, Bill Camp as Vampiro, Kurt Fuller as Frost, and Gerardo Tarsena as El Alacron, who's like the rebel leader guy.
Okay.
And then they don't have the like main bad lady in here, but
yeah, I got you.
Crystal Aparicio plays Ricia. Is that her name? Is it Ricia?
Which one is that?
The little girl.
Okay. And then what about the little boy? Is he on
there? His name is not on here.
Okay, that's fine.
Actually, it's Lucas. It's Lucas.
Okay.
Avila or Lucas. I don't know. Lucas or Lucas. Sorry if I'm getting your guys' names wrong. Yeah. They have like apostrophes above like letters
the
or
accents.
Yeah. I don't know. So
gotcha. No worries. But yeah, that'll be your cast list for this movie.
Yeah.
Obviously, at least to me, most of these are not known. The only one I actually know is Kurt Fuller.
Yeah, I only know Kurt Fuller as well.
But yeah. So this is going to be I guess, I'll say it again. We're doing this as per usual. We'll do our spoiler-free thoughts, scores, and then jump into spoilers at the end.
Yeah.
But this one I feel like is going to be, at least I had never heard of this until they get the recommendation. But it seems to be controversial, and it's...
Yeah, there's a lot of public controversy surrounding this movie with something called QAnon, which I don't even know what that is, but I don't know what the controversy around this movie is.
I don't even know about that, so that's even more stuff. I just know that like the reactions of the movie itself is split.
Yeah, there's also actual like controversy in the news about
which is not surprising because this does revolve or is based around a true story. I'm sure there's probably details here and there that are not exactly one-to-one, but that's just it's a movie. But the weird thing I want to say before we get into the spoiler-free stuff is it was interesting to me that when we watched this movie, this shit was packed. Like,
so that's true. I watched this movie yesterday, and the entire theater was full. It was like a small. It was shown in one of those small theaters, and I was like,
right, like it's not a big production thing or anything, but it was just packed, and I was like, wow, that's really weird.
Yeah, it was really weird, and the entire movie was silent. Like, I didn't hear anybody eat a single thing of popcorn.
Yeah, so it was an interesting experience.
It was a very weird atmosphere. Yeah, watching this with other people, I was like kind of like on edge the whole time.
Yeah, which is to an extent like it makes sense because of what it's about.
Yeah.
In case you don't know, I'm not going to spoil anything, but the movie revolves around child trafficking and stuff like that. So it's not surprising that it was kind of a weird.
Not only is the movie like extremely stressful, but just being around other people while watching this movie is extremely stressful because you can like feel the tension in the room.
Yeah. So, but anyways, besides that, Connor, what did you think about this movie? Spoiler free.
This is really hard for me to describe. This movie sickened me, like actively made me sick. And I don't really know how to react to it. It was like I just did not want to watch it because it was really it was a rough movie to get through. I was like, man, this movie makes me fucking sick, and angry, and like I was just like, I'm fucking
I totally get it.
Not only am I fucking pissed this entire movie at what's happening in the movie, but I'm like on the verge of like puking the entire fucking time. So it was just like, I don't know. Like, I don't think I would ever watch this movie again, and I don't know if that makes me like a coward or something, but I don't want to like. This is like a topic that I like is so sickening that it just makes me physically want to like avoid it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I totally understand. It's probably, I think that's totally normal for a lot of people to feel that way.
Yeah.
This movie does get, emotional for some people, in many different ways. And I can agree that, like, for me, at least from what I imagined from most of the theater that I was in, it's a lot of that where it's like sickening and it's also really sad. But for me, like, this kind of stuff, like, it just pisses me off, honestly. Like,
yeah, it makes you angry because it's like, man, I don't know. I'm not gonna get into real world like politics or whatever.
Yeah, we'll try to stay out of that. But
it's just like, man.
It's hard to watch and like,
yeah, and the fact that like there's nothing that like you can't do anything. So there's nothing that you can't physically go down there and start like fucking.
Well, I mean, you could.
You could, but
I wouldn't recommend it. But
yeah, you're not gonna get very far. But like, you can't just go down there and John Wick all these guys. You know what I mean? Like, it fucking sucks. But so I don't really know how to like feel about it because it's like I'm fucking angry, but I can't put that anger anywhere because I can't just go through the screen and strangle this fucking dude that's doing this awful shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, you're right. I do think there are a lot of things you can do.
Yeah. Donate to
charities. We'll get into that near the end of the movie because there's a little bit that I want to touch on that involves the end of the movie, like after the credits. But yeah, this movie, it's definitely it's a weird one. It's really just hard to digest, but at the same time it's like, well, I guess let me ask, do you recommend this movie?
I don't know. I like I don't know. I honestly couldn't. I don't think I could. I don't know that I could recommend this movie to like my mom. That's the first thing I think of is like, could I recommend this movie to like my family?
Yeah.
But I could. I would be like, because I know like my mom would fucking like have like a mental breakdown from watching this movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
for sure.
it's like I don't know, and definitely not my little brother. Like
Yeah,
okay, that's
that's
actually
too early
something
for that.
like
But
actually that I was really pissed off in this movie at real life because someone had brought their like 6-year-old kid to watch this movie, and that actually made me angry because I was like, why the fuck are you showing this shit to this little kid? Like he's like right in front of us, like just kind of walking around in the front of the theater, like looking at the screen and shit. I was like, dude, there's like fucking like super fucked up shit that's happening in this movie. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I was like, I can't believe that someone did that. I was just like, that's fucking crazy. I don't know. It was like I
yeah,
couldn't I couldn't imagine like my little brother watching this movie. That would, you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
that
No,
would
for sure.
scar him for life.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is that that'll probably scar you for life.
So
Um. So yeah, I mean, if you don't have it, that's totally fine.
yeah, I couldn't
Honestly,
say I wouldn't. I don't think I would to at least nobody in my family who's, I don't know, like in my immediate family.
yeah,
Even like my wife like was crying like at the end of this movie and like couldn't, like she thought she was gonna throw up. I was like, I don't know if that's like, you know what I mean? I don't know if that's something that I want. I don't want to make people throw up. I don't know.
yeah. No, I got you. I mean, for the most part, like I feel the same way. Where it's like I don't think so. Like I don't think I
Yeah.
would. There are situations in which case I could argue for it, but it's very specific.
Yeah,
And
like if I would be like, Ocean, you should watch this movie. You know what I mean? To like know of the issue that's going, you know what I mean? And to have like the full repercussion, but like it's very like specific. Like I wouldn't be like yeah, like you said, like I wouldn't know who to fucking recommend this movie towards other than like a police officer. You know what I mean?
yeah, I mean honestly, like they probably don't even need to see this though.
Yeah, no,
Um,
they don't. But that's
yeah.
kind of
So
like where I'm.
overall, yeah,
Yeah,
I understand. And I kind of feel the same way too. It's just I don't know, man. It's kind of hard to get this one, but um, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of real stuff that happens, and it is going to be hard for a lot of people
yeah,
to watch this. I don't think I would recommend this just in general, but
yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I this movie actively made me sick. So if I don't know if you are okay with that, then you could watch this movie. But like, I honestly wanted to throw up at
yeah,
some points in this movie.
totally get it. Yeah,
So
it's very rough. But I think we'll leave it at that for a spoiler free. Like I know it's not really like we didn't
yeah,
really touch on a whole lot, but because that's just what it revolves around. Like that's pretty much it, honestly. Like that's kind of what the entire movie's about.
the entire
So,
movie revolves around that. Yep.
obviously, it focuses around Sin Ballard, uh, but the main focus is just the entire
Yeah, it's not
scenario.
only it's not only following just Tim Ballard. It shows a lot of like um things happening with children that are really like out it yeah,
They're bad.
just yeah, they're
Yeah,
bad.
that's bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right. So that'll be it. Scores. What would you give this, Connor?
I don't know. We talked about this before we started recording, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I would rate this movie because I don't even know if this counts as a movie or as like a informational documentary or something. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, it's not a documentary, but
it's not, but like,
it's somewhere.
like at the end of the movie when it shows like real footage of shit happening, I'm like, oh fuck, you know what I mean? Like of the real stuff that happened in the movie, like the stuff that happened in the movie, they show actual footage at the end of the movie of like it actually happening, and it's like, okay, so it's even more like real, you know what I mean? And it's just like, it's, I mean, it's good that they're like raising awareness, you know, towards the general public about this issue, but I don't know if that's like, but outside of that, like making people like, I don't know, like I would I don't know, like it's, I don't know, it's so fucking weird. Like the, like just watching it in a theater is like, and like, you know, wanting to like puke in public, like on the fucking, like it's just like it's fucking crazy. And I was like, this is nuts. Like I like, you know what I mean? Like I don't, like I've never gone to a movie theater and just been like so like sickened to my stomach that I like am about to fucking throw up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I don't know how to rate this movie because I hated that. I was like, I don't want to fucking throw up right now, but I might actually fucking throw up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I guess that, I mean, I guess that doesn't matter. And like against the actual like issue that the movie is presenting, and it's better that they're, it's, you know, better that they're showing awareness to the public about it. But I don't know if everybody, like if other people feel like that, if that's how people want to feel when they watch this movie, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
I don't know if like as a movie going experience watching it in the theater, if it was like a good experience or not. You know what I mean? I felt like I had a fucking awful experience because I was just like, it fucking rocked me the whole time, you know, of like, I was just like, I was fucking pissed and sick and like
just like totally emotionally drained.
Yeah, like the entire time I was just fucking like sad, and like I was like, dude, this is so fucked up. Like, I don't know. I'll give it like a 7.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just like, that's like,
no, that's fine. It's literally whatever you want, man.
That's like as middle of the road like as I can go, where it's like, I mean, it's as a movie, it's shot really well, cinematography wise, and I didn't think the acting was bad. But I don't know that I can fucking do that. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'm supposed to look at this like an actual movie.
Well, it is like, a movie, so
yeah. I don't know. Yeah, but like I said, when they show real footage at the end, it was just like, dude, I don't know. It makes it kind of. I like it made the whole thing hit me differently, you know?
Yeah.
Where I was like, I don't know. Yeah, so that's like I'm literally between like giving it a 7, a 5, and a 0. I don't know like which one of those I need. Like I don't know. I don't know what I can get. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just it's whatever you. Yeah. We'll stick with the one that you gave. Right?
Yeah,
we'll stick with the 7. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you mine. I'm giving this a 5.
Okay.
I know this is obviously, like you said, controversial. There's a lot of things mixed with this.
Yeah.
I'm confident in how I felt after watching this. So I'm gonna go with a 5, and then we'll explain reasonings and stuff in the spoiler section. So those are our scores: 5 for me, 7 from Connor. This is going to be your official
spoiler alert.
All right. So, obviously this is a very you know, mixed movie and stuff, and there's a lot of things that revolves around it. And I understand the difficulty of separating things, because I believe it is intentional. And so there's a lot of different aspects we're going to talk about real quick, and it's going to be real weird, maybe even seemingly back and forth and stuff. But just know that the idea for what this, like, bringing awareness, like you were saying, is good. Did you stay for the special message at the end of the movie?
No.
Okay,
it was like,
so I'll talk about that. It's like
midnight. At that point,
yeah. It was like, you had to sit through the entire credits, and then it played like a little thing. I just want to let you know that special message is kind of what pissed me off about this movie.
Okay.
So we'll talk about that a little bit, but overall, like, I think the idea of bringing awareness is always generally good.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would, like you said, bring a kid to it.
Definitely not.
It just
yeah, that was.
I don't think watching something like this is the best idea for that. I do, however, think there is a conversation that does need to be had at some points, which you as a parent will figure out when.
Right. And, yeah. There's other ways to bring this information up to your child than watching this movie. This movie is not meant for children.
It's important to do that, but this is not exactly the avenue I would take to do that.
Yeah. At least I don't know. Like, I'm not a parent. I'm not going to tell people how to parent their kids, but
yeah, obviously, for me, do what you like. But I wouldn't recommend it to be done this way.
Yeah, I couldn't. I couldn't. Like, if I was a kid, it would fuck me up. I'd be like, "What the fuck?" You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. But like I said, I do think it's important to have this kind of conversation,
right,
at some point.
Right.
I know it's not like ideal, obviously, but the world is not ideal. Life is not fair, and that is just the case. So the best way to go about doing it is to make sure that you are aware, educated, make as best possible decision as you can, and take proper, steps to make sure that something like this doesn't ever happen to you or someone you know.
Yeah.
So, like I said, have the conversation, but just, this is not the way I would do it, is watching this movie with a kid.
No.
You as an adult watching this, like, honestly, people are probably gonna hate me for this, but if this is the movie that has opened your mind to this, I think you've been missing something a long time ago. This is nothing new. Like, this has been around forever.
Yeah, for
and sure,
a very
this
long
movie
time.
will state that, like, hell, it's been increasing, and even if that's the case, like, that doesn't matter. Nothing's changed in the sense that, like, it was always there.
Yeah.
So if you watch this and however you feel when you feel, like, after it, if this is the first time you are, like, I guess, experiencing this in a way, you might want to, like, rethink about a lot of things, like, just in general, like, like, this, I don't know how to say, like, this has always been present in, like, I guess, in fictional things, but it was always real, and so I don't know why somebody would assume that this is not, and, like, this is, I don't know. I'm probably explaining this really bad. Like,
are people thinking this is not real?
No. I just mean, like, if you had never known about this beforehand until this,
sure,
you clearly thought it was, like, not that big of a deal before, when it always has been.
Yeah.
But that's just, I guess that's really just my point. Is, like, this shouldn't be the first time you are realizing this.
No.
Like, as an adult.
Right.
Obviously. And I don't know, I want to make that present because when we get to the very end, this special message we'll talk about, it kind of plays into that. And I think there's some disingenuousness around this movie, which I was not a fan of.
Yeah.
But
I don't know the message.
Yeah.
I didn't stick around.
The movie itself, there are certain things about it I think were just strange movie wise, of like Tim Ballard's the character would be talking to like the little boy, and then it would just like randomly like flash to this like, I guess, flashback of the kid's perspective.
Right. Yeah. It would be like whatever they're telling the other person goes into their like it actually happening, but they're not speaking.
Right. It's very strange, and I don't think this is particularly good for a movie. It's still effective in its emotional like portrayal or whatever you want to call it. I just thought it was weird. The acting in general, like it's fine. I mean, it's not really, because it's based around this like very real thing. Like it's not something you're particularly focused on. Yeah. So I thought it was fine. Like it doesn't. Nobody ever like generally bothered me or anything.
Yeah. I don't know what it was, but like you said before, this issue, this real world issue, has been in other movies before, but it definitely, while you're watching this movie, is a lot harder to like it feels even like more I don't know, visceral is the word, but I don't know the word I'm looking for. More intense, I guess. Yeah. Because of like the way that they shoot. There's a lot of like scenes where like they show things that are like about to happen, that they were the way that they set up the atmosphere and like the music and like the shots and everything. It's very like intense, and it's very like like what's going to happen, in your head. And but they don't show it to you, so it's you making that visual like connecting what's about to happen, you know what I mean?
And yeah, it's a lot of implied stuff.
Yeah, and it fucking sucks. I was like, dude, that's what is making me sick, because it's like I don't like it just fucking upsets me, because it's like, man, I can't do anything about it. I gotta fucking sit here and like watch this shit happen in front of me, and I can't fucking do anything right now. You know what I mean? Like I can't like jump into the fucking screen and stop this from happening. So it's like it's uncomfortable. It's really uncomfortable to sit there, because I don't even want to talk about like the specific scenes, because they're so uncomfortable that I hated it. Like I was just like, man, I don't know.
I mean, we don't have to get into this, like specific details for any particular scenes or anything. But I mean, that's pretty much all I have, like cinematography wise. Like I thought about the movie.
That was my input on the cinematography, was like those scenes that they did that was like that, and the way they did the cinematography and everything made that very fucking intense. Like it was I was like, fuck, you know what I mean? So
yeah, but yeah, for sure. That's pretty much it. Otherwise, we're just going to be talking in general about about it. But
yeah,
I guess we'll talk about the special message that was at the end of the movie. So if you decide to sit there after, because this is a long movie, it's a little over 2 hours.
Yeah.
And you sit through the credits, and then there's a little video that plays, and it's what's his name? The main dude.
Tim.
No, the actor.
Jim
Caviezel.
Yeah. Jim Caviezel.
Yeah, so it's basically just a video of him talking, and it's basically this message saying like, hey, thank you for watching, blah 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 blah, kind of like awareness stuff, and then they're like, and then there's this moment where they're like talking about Abraham Lincoln and Uncle Tom's Cabin, and constantly repeating that the storyteller is the most powerful person in the room, kind of thing, and how that book influenced him in the decision to doing what he did, and eventually leading up to abolishing slavery and stuff. And they basically were saying like, hey, we think this can be the modern day version of that. And that's what kind of ruined the entire movie for me in that moment, is that message. Because they even had this thing too, and they're like, I know it's weird to be in a theater, but you feel free to take out your phone. And they had this like QR code on screen, and they're like, you can buy and share tickets for this movie. Please let everybody watch this movie. It's important, blah 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 blah. And if you want to like share for other people, you can use this link and blah blah blah, purchase stuff, whatever. That
okay,
right there.
Hold on, are all the proceeds to this movie going to like a charity for these kids, for this like issue?
No,
they're taking profit from this movie themselves.
So I didn't check it for one, because I was like, no, I'm not doing that.
Right, but that's what I'm asking, because if that's what they're doing, but none of the if the fucking money
was not stated to go to anything.
Okay,
like
let me check this. Hold on.
Okay, so real quick, we're back. We just checked real quick. We just wanted to make sure, and yes, we confirmed there is none of this going to any kind of like organization or anything. This is purely to purchase tickets to watch this movie and to allow others to do so if they do not have the money for it, because they believe that this message and movie and all of it is so important that everybody needs to watch this to understand and spread awareness, blah, 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 blah. So, that being said, do you kind of understand how I feel?
Yeah, so that's fucked up.
Especially because when they say this,
if the profits of this movie were directly going to a charity for this cause, like all of the profits were going to like a charity for this cause or something like that, and they were not taking profit from this movie, then okay, you know what, I get it, right? But the fact that they're, from what we've seen, that they're keeping the profits for this movie, they're taking profit from it for themselves.
Notice how it kind of like changes the entire
so that rubs me the wrong way. And if you're gonna do that and put that message at the end of the movie, the profits of this fucking movie need to go towards a fucking charity or organization for these children. You know what I mean?
This is why I wanted to dig into this at the end, all right? Because this kind of affects the entire thing. So when they were saying that, like when he's saying this on screen during the special message stuff, I'm just sitting here like, so you're telling me that I just watched like 4 or 5 trailers from Angel Studios of movies that are going to be coming out, and you were asking people to purchase more,
right? And none of these trailers have to do with like anything like this.
No, they're just movies, right?
Yeah, they're
like, this
just
is a movie studio.
Random. There's like a multiverse movie where they're like fighting multiverse villains and shit.
And they got they had some good actors in and stuff, but it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
Right. So you're like, that's my thing is Angel Studios. I don't know who you are. I don't really care. All I know is this movie preys on your emotions and everything that you feel after watching this, and it is trying to profit off of it. And I fucking hate that. And then the fact that you were going to sit here and tell me, like, oh, we're trying to be like the modern day Abraham Lincoln and blah, 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 blah. No, you're not. If you were somebody that was that fucking monumental for history, you would not have to say it. You would just be it.
Yeah, I the only part of this that makes me angry is the fact that they are profiting for themselves when this entire movie is not about them. It's about the children. And
yeah, well, that's why
they're gonna take all these profits for themselves. They're gonna push all this shit to get their movie to fucking, make a gajillion dollars, but it's not. But it's for yourself.
Well, that's my entire point.
Yeah,
they're
that's what makes me angry.
They're hiding. They're hiding behind this veil of like a very real thing that does have like good reasonings behind it,
right?
But they're just pretending. Because at the end of the movie, like he's like, "Oh, this is about hope, and the real heroes are the kids and stuff," and like that's true.
Yeah,
like that's absolutely true. But you're doing it with really bad intentions, like. And the other big thing I wanted to bring up too is this feels like I'm sure you remember this, Connor. This feels like a Coney situation. I'm sure you remember that, the child soldier thing.
The Coney 2012 thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that. I
just
chose not to be a part of that. Yeah. Right.
This is basically that to me. It was a very real thing. And if you want to do something, there are many things that you can do. Mm-hmm. Like there are many organizations, there are many departments you can be a
charities,
part of. There are many, many things to do. Watching this movie is not one of them. Like, sure, it does what it's supposed to, which is bring awareness, but ultimately, all the people that I sat in that theater with and they like clapped and were crying and all this other stuff and pulled out their phone and started buying tickets and stuff, I guarantee you were going to forget about this, move on with your life, and do absolutely nothing about it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's upsetting.
It is.
And I'm poor as fuck, but...
Well, I mean, I understand that.
But I'm saying I'm poor as fuck, but, if I can save up money, I'm going to try to donate to some kind of charity, because I feel bad that, like...
Right. But there's, but I want to say, too, like, you don't even need, like a lot of money or anything. Like, if there's something that you want to do, you can do it for yourself or somebody is simply, like I said, to educate somebody. Whether that be knowing, like, where you live, what kind of things happen in that area. Because, like here in Hawaii, we have, like, a lot of fucking, like, meth and sex trafficking and stuff like that happens here specifically. It varies by place to place. Just understanding, like, what and like possibilities of things that are around you in your environment where you live, and just letting people know and trying to be, just like you said, awareness, being aware and taking maybe steps of like, okay, maybe don't fucking let your kids go this random fucking lady in the middle of the night with your kids without you for this stupid, like, fake looking modeling thing, like relatively simple things like that. Like, just
not only spread awareness, but also what the fuck, like I now wish that I had taken the $20 that I spend on this movie to instead give it to a fucking to some charity, you know what I mean, that actually helps. Like like I just assumed that like this movie was like the profits that they were getting from this movie was going to
Because
go
that's what they
to
want you to think.
right. Uh right, but it's not. And so that kind of makes me upset that they're going to I don't yeah. Cuz right now it says that this movie has made
This movie didn't cost a lot.
no, it was made on a very low budget, and as of now it's made over it's made 33.9 million in profit.
So basically,
and that money's not.
That's like 200% profit, because I think the budget's only like 14.
Yeah. So it's made 33 million,
and I'm sure it's going to keep
actually
going.
So the profit that they've made is 14.2 million out of that 33 million, and
for
that's
now.
not right for now. But that's not going to. That $14 million is not going to a fucking charity or an organization or something that helps the actual issue. Okay. Yeah, that yeah. So yeah, that fucking sucks. I don't like that.
I don't either. That's why I was so disappointed when I saw that.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
but like I said, there's many things. Like if you truly want to do something, there are so many things to do. It can be as little or as much as you want. I would say the extreme end would be join something. Be a police officer. Join Department of Homeland Security. Be like Agent Ballard. Be one of those people. Obviously, most people aren't going to do that, but that's why I said extreme version. But there's so many things to do. And so the message that it portrays, like I said, even though it has good like meaning, the intention behind it, I feel like really dropped really hard. And so because of that, I just am assuming this entire thing is just it's just a facade.
Like a marketing ploy.
Right.
Yeah.
And so the design of the movie itself, like you said, it's constantly like hitting you with all these like hard to watch like things, and it's very emotional and all that kind of stuff. And in general, I think that's not always a good thing, because you as a viewer then are just like left in this like you kind of similar experience that you had, where it's just the state of like you don't even know how you feel about it, which sometimes that's all they care about, but in general, that's not really what you want from a movie. And that coupled with all this disingenuine like things around it, like it's literally designed to like to do this,
do that. That's it's just but I don't like that. That's that $14 million needs to go to the fucking kids. All of that money needs to go to the fucking kids.
Yeah, I mean, it needs to go somewhere where it's actually useful,
Yeah, but they should not be keeping any of this money for the studio or the actor, like the actors, or like, you know what I mean, like that.
Yeah.
That needs to go to the actual kids.
And that's the thing, right? Like when they were trying to say like, oh, we're we want to be that like example of what it like starting this, I don't know, like not revolution, but it's like wave of whatever goodness. You if you wanted to do that, one, like I said, you shouldn't have to say that. You should just be it. And on top of that, it should be automatic that if that was the goal, that you should be, the studios or whatever should be creating this with intent to help continue, like whatever organization to keep, you know, aiding them in their mission. Not,
Yeah.
not this. So, yeah, I didn't like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's pretty much the biggest thing I want to talk about this movie. I'm sure people might be like, "Oh, you're just like thinking about it too much, or whatever. You're looking into it too much, or I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe
I'm
just
not.
like hate
I'm
my
not
opinion
taking
on it."
anything.
But
Yeah, I'm not like the movie still made me feel the way I felt. You know what I mean? Like that's not gonna like.
but
I'm not gonna think it's like this is this shit is fake or like
no,
the
obviously
problem is
not.
fake.
But
Yeah.
it's
But yeah,
just
this is
the
fucked up. I mean, I don't know. I don't know everything, but
I don't too
I
like this
yeah,
is
I
purely
don't know everything, but to me, the fact that this $14 million is not going directly to the kids, that's fucked up.
yeah.
That's for me
I got
that's my fucking
I
problem.
do want to point out that this is all like that I'm saying is basically assumption, but
Yeah,
it's with like the
this is just what I know.
it's
This is just what.
it's
Yeah,
a theory based off of what I am presented. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like
the,
it's not just like I'm just not. This is not like total tinfoil hat kind of theory. Like
yeah.
I watched
Like
it,
okay, so there's an
realized
article.
this, looked it up, and it's just
Yeah, there's an
nothing
article
supports it.
saying that okay, this movie theater, this a specific movie theater in Texas that's showing The Sound of Freedom. The actual theater itself, not the movie studio or anything, is going to donate $1 to anti-trafficking organization for each Sound of Freedom ticket sold at its various locations in Texas
So that's cool.
through
At
the
least
entire world.
somebody.
Which that is good. That's
At
awesome.
least
That's
somebody's
fucking
doing.
yeah. That's cool.
Well,
But
that's
there
probably a
is nothing
small. That's
like
probably a
that.
small theater that is like family run. I imagine
Yeah.
that
What
they are just being good people and going about their way of doing
Well, it
something.
looks like they have 8 theaters in Texas. So
Okay.
everybody who watches a movie at that theater, $1 of your from each of your tickets goes to the Jacobuyans Ministries organization, which is an anti-trafficking organization who were consultants on the film. And they even have a link if you want to donate directly to the organization.
That's good. So we'll include
Yeah,
that down in the description below.
yeah, we will. But the Angel Studios website has nothing like that.
Of
They don't
course not.
say, "Hey, this portion of our profits are going directly to this organization or going directly to this." They just say, "This is the raise awareness uh, campaign where your tickets just go to raising awareness."
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that. Good on Synergy Theaters. I'm sure nobody from Synergy Theaters is watching this, but if you are, thank you.
Hey.
Good job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job.
Good job.
Yeah. At least
yeah.
we had something good
Yeah.
for
Thank
this
God.
video. But
Yeah.
yeah, like I said, that's just it's how I felt about it. Obviously, you know, everybody has
Yeah.
their own opinion, but
Yeah. It's I don't know. I don't know how I'm supposed to feel about all this. Like, I don't. Like I said earlier, I don't know. I don't know everything. I don't I haven't had enough of like life experience to, what is a real organization and what's not a real organization. And,
yeah, I mean, there's always that. Which, because don't get
I
me
don't
wrong,
know
there's
if,
a lot of
yeah,
fake,
I could be
not
wrong,
fake,
and
but
maybe
they're.
Angel Studios is like a direct organization to helping, like, to anti
Yeah,
trafficking.
I'm just gonna say I doubt it,
Yeah,
because
I don't think
based off
so,
of, like I
but
said, if you're saying this and then I just watched 5
yeah,
trailers for these other movies that are coming out, that you're clearly just your business. Like,
yeah,
I get it, but you
yeah,
don't do that by pretending to be this,
yeah, yeah.
So
Like you said, like, it's good to raise awareness, but it's
to an extent.
definitely right. It Yeah, it's good to raise awareness, but it's fucked up to not take all the profits from this movie and give it back to these kids.
If
That
your intent is
Right.
to be
If your
raising
intent is to
awareness,
change, if your intent is
is to
to
make change, to
make
be
a
the hope,
change,
right?
yeah. Um, uh,
Which this is what they say at
right.
the end of the
Give your
movie. So,
$14.2 million to the fucking kids.
and everything else you make afterwards.
Yeah, and everything you make afterwards. Yeah, all the profits from this movie, from here to the end of time, should be going to these kids.
Yep.
Is my opinion, and I, I don't know if people will dislike that, but I, I don't care. Fuck you.
I mean, I think it's fine. It's
Yeah,
just like
like,
it's just like when you watch like
why
a
not? They deserve it. They need it. Give it to them.
right. Like if I watch the like a war movie, and
Yeah,
they're trying to bring awareness to like just veterans or in general or something, and they have like they're like, oh, we're also partnered with the Wounded Warrior Project.
yeah,
Awesome. That's how you do something, but
yeah,
without trying to just pretend like you're like, oh yeah, no, but buy tickets, bro. Yeah, and share, buy other tickets. Just keep
yeah,
buying tickets.
yeah. Yeah, that's fucked up. So,
But yeah, that's all I pretty much got. Um, I know this is real spicy,
yeah, yeah.
but
Yeah. Obviously, the issues in this movie are fucking awful, and there should be a change. There should be a huge,
absolutely.
big amount of money thrown at this to fucking stop this shit from happening.
I mean,
And
that's how I look like.
there
There's
should,
so many problems. Like not even just this, just
yeah,
like crime in general. It's like I know it's not like it's not simple, but
yeah,
we're never gonna do anything unless we just charge it. You know,
yeah.
like
So you know what? I'm gonna keep
gangs,
every
cartel,
paycheck. I'm
like
gonna put aside
trafficking.
um the money that I spent on this fucking movie, and next year I'm gonna give all that money to um some kind of anti-child trafficking charity. Um,
Yeah, we'll look up one.
yeah, we'll find one, and for every paycheck, the tickets that me and Haley bought, that money's going to that. So, uh, Angel Studios, just give the fucking money to the give it to the kids. I don't. That's all I gotta say. Please give it to the children. I don't think they're gonna listen, but please give it to the children.
But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. So
yeah,
like the video if you liked it. Please feel free to join us if you want to get mad at me or whatever, or talk about stuff.
Yeah.
Try to keep it, try to keep it pretty tame because I know it's a very
it's a
strong
hot issue.
hot issue. So, but
but
feel free to share with a friend if they were considering, watching this or not. And I mean, I think
you should still be still be sharing awareness with other people about the issue.
It just doesn't have to be done through this movie.
That and look up some actual charities, and you know what, if I'm wrong, and Angel Studios is donating all the money to charity, then I'll eat my fucking words and I will actively applaud them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still gonna have thoughts about you because, like I said, that wasn't the entire thing I had issues with, but that is certainly one of them.
Right, but yeah. So, and if I am wrong, and there's somebody can provide another source saying that they're giving all these profits to.
But I'm just saying, if it was, if we were wrong, it wouldn't take us very long to find it.
Yeah. So.
But we couldn't find it. So.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, I don't know. Just. Man, just somebody give those millions of dollars to some organization, please.
Yeah.
I don't have $1 million. Someone else do it, please. I can't. Someone with the $14.2 million,
right, please. Connor. You're gonna be the new Agent Ballard, right?
I might go to fucking DC. I don't know. Okay, after this, I might. I'm thinking about it. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. Join Department of Homeland Security.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, that's it for us. Thank you guys for watching, and we will catch you guys on the next video. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.